booked the cheapest inside cabin on Marella's newest ship, Marella Voyager. But even though she is new to Marella, she's actually almost 30 years old and started life sailing for Celebrity Cruises. Let's take a look around and see if age is really just a number.
Hello.
Can you show me around the cabin, please?
I thought you'd never ask. Come in. So, starting off, what I love is the blue door.
Oh, I do as well.
We've never had this on a cruise before, a coloured door. On the back of your cabin door lists your muster station. We are muster station C, which is the arts house on deck 6. So obviously in the case of emergency, we would assemble there to be told by the crew where to go and what to do. Little cubby up here above the TV, enough to store some water. Then we have the TV with a fair few channels on it, nothing exotic, but enough there because you're not really on your holiday to watch TV, are you? Underneath the TV we have some glasses, cups, tea bags of milk, coffee, and a kettle. And underneath the kettle we have some more storage. I'm assuming this is where a fridge used to live because it looks like a fridge hole. And then moving on over here, unfortunately, as this is an older type of ship, there's no USBs in the lamps or the telephone. So there's no power sockets over here whatsoever for that kind of thing. But you do have your telephone, so you can call other cabins. We've called Nick a few times. You can dial for an emergency and down to reception as well. That's all included, that's no charge. A couple of drawers here, quite deepish. They go back quite far, so plenty of room there for things. And we've got the bed, very big, very comfortable. Plenty of room for Betty, Drake and little Maurice, who's the new addition to our family. We're not looking forward to having to leave him behind, really, if I'm honest with you.
Well, people judge us if we stole him.
Take me home, please. On the other side of the bed, we have another lamp. Again, no USB power outlets or plug outlets here, but a nice big surface on top. I've got a fair few bits up here. Another couple of drawers. Underneath the bed, however, wasn't quite big enough to store our cases. Now, we have got large cases, because we do bring lots of stuff on holiday, but when we put it underneath, it did kind of lift the frame up somewhat. So there's enough under there for probably a backpack, a biggish backpack, maybe a medium case, but not a large case, unfortunately. Over here we have the vanity area. Plenty of drawers, so 3 on this side, all fairly deepish again, not too bad. On this side there is a hairdryer, which is clearly marked as a hairdryer. It is a bit of an older hairdryer, and it's a little bit grubby, so you might not want to use that, ladies. Amy obviously brings her own ones from home that she likes because she's got complicated curly hair. Another drawer in the middle here, and another drawer at the bottom, little bin we filled up. And here we have a little chair, so you ladies can do your makeup in peace. It's a good area, to be fair. It's a good spacious area here.
It is.
A big top.
It is.
That we managed to fill up with all our junk. Regarding the power situation, we have not much really. 1 EU 2-pin and 1 US plug. Luckily, I've recently purchased a universal travel adapter. So behind this mirror, the mirror of wonders, is more storage.
Yeah.
So 2 little cubbies here, either side of the safe. A fairly biggish safe, actually. We've had on some cruises. You might get away with getting a tablet or an iPad in there. But again, another cubby here, another cubby here, another cubby at the top.
Yeah, it's very spacious.
It's very ample storage space so far. And here we have the air conditioning unit. There's no on or off, unfortunately. It's either Arctic cold or desert hot. We have 2 metal hooks here. So these are useful for extra storage. Not that you've needed the extra storage. Yeah, you just wait, because there isn't just 1 wardrobe. There's 2 wardrobes. 2 wardrobes. We get a wardrobe each. This is Amy's one. The top here is where Amy's case was living.
Yeah.
We managed to fit it in flat.
Yeah.
That's how far it goes back. And like I said, it's quite a biggish case, as you can see. It fitted in there perfectly. Plenty of hangers. I mean, look at all these hangers. You're not wanting the hanger space in here. And my case actually lived in this spot as well. That's just 1 wardrobe. And then we have...
That's just mine.
Yeah, that's just Amy's. And then we have another wardrobe. The life jackets at the top with your muster station information on. A little cubby on the top here again. This is where I was hanging my shirts. Plenty of hangers there. I could have robbed one of Amy's if I needed some more. A little cubby area here. Another cubby here. Another cubby here. Another cubby here. Cubbies everywhere. And then another 6 drawers. So again, they go quite far back. They're fairly deep. They were. So, all in all, you're just not wanting for storage space in this cabin. I've been just taking advantage of it. I've been putting like one pair of trousers here, one pair of shorts there, just to make the most of it.
But it's so spacious as well. Like literally, I'm going right back to the back wall here near the wardrobes.
Right over here by the bed. So spacious. And considering that this is an older ship, probably built in 96, 95, 97, somewhere around that. You know, so it's almost 30 years old, but fantastic size cabin.
They do also offer laundry service. This is chargeable though. If you're watching and haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Become our friends and join us for vlogs and reviews. No one in the real world wants to talk about cruising. Ugh. So we're going to chat to you about it. So come cruise with us by hitting that subscribe button. Click, click, click.
Moving on now to the bathroom. There's a shower door compared to a shower curtain. As we had a curtain Discovery, which is fine, but a shower door is a lot more comfortable. Now, this shower has been one of the best we've ever had. It is what they call a, in the words of Bryn from Gavin and Stacey, a power shower.
It's too much for me, Gwen. It just blasts you in the face.
It's fantastic. You feel clean as a whistle. Now, you can see you have an included whatever this is. I've been using it as a shampoo. There is a little grab rail here on the side and a little wire rack thing that we put like shower gels and body mops on. And what I love is a nice blue door as well. Look.
It also has a retractable washing line.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Dry your clothes on if you wish to.
Yes. I
always forget about them. I'm not the biggest of people, but there's plenty of room when you're in here. Hang on, let me demonstrate.
Star jumps? Why are you wiping your bum?
Yeah, so there's quite a bit of room in here. A nice spacious sink. We've had a bit of problem with the plug. We've had a bit of trouble with the plugs. I haven't mentioned it to the cabin steward because they're too busy and it's not the end of the world. The water drains when you've got the plug down. Marella provides you with soap rather than a hand wash, which we would prefer a hand wash because it seems like less wasteful. So underneath the sink we've got a little cupboard here, a couple of cubby bits there. Then we have the bin.
Binnabo.
A binnabo. And then we have spare toiletry, toilet rolls, spare soaps, and sanitary disposal bags for you ladies out there. But yeah, this is your toilet. On ships it operates on a vacuum system. You can only really flush toilet paper down there. Nothing else. Baby wipes, wet wipes, because it will clog the system. So if one goes out of service, it affects some other toilets as well. So don't be one of those people. Then here we have our towels. If you want these replaced, just leave them in the shower or on your bathroom floor, and they'll replace them. And that's the bathroom. So very impressed with that bathroom.
Yes. One
of the best I'd say we've had. I will say though, the location is good. We are on deck 4, cabin 4124, pretty closer to the aft. But we're fairly close to the midship staircase as well, so great location. However, we've noticed during the night and early hours in the morning, horrendous banging sound. Not enough to wake me up in the middle of the night, and not enough to keep me from going to sleep, because I could probably sleep through anything, but enough that if you're a light sleeper, it might annoy you a little bit. We normally book guarantee cabins, we've always been fine, and I must say, I don't think spending extra money on this cabin, we'd have had a better experience, because it's been fine, apart from a few bangs here and there. All in all, I have to say we really like this cabin. It feels really light and airy, considering it's an inside cabin. We'd cruise again with this cabin.
Yeah.
Would you cruise again?
I definitely would.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe bring earmuffs next time.
And to see what embarkation is like on Marella Voyager, this is the video to watch next.
Oh, the joy of Marella's cruise.